Alright, so here is a video that's frankly going to get me in a little bit of trouble as well, because dads, I am finally talking about us. Now, if you have been feeling constantly exhausted, irritable, and like that you're barely keeping it together, I need you to know that you're not alone, right? About 15% of all fathers are experiencing perinatal anxiety due to the overwhelming demands of fatherhood, and yet no one's talking about it. And I think it's very apparent to every single person out there that our generation as dads, we are kind of awesome. We work really, really hard for our kids. We're definitely more involved in our kids' lives, with our spouses and all the different things. We help around the house, definitely by far more than our parents used to. But the reality is that between juggling work responsibilities, family needs, and attempting to maintain our own health, we're caught in this endless cycle of stress that's wreaking havoc on our body and mind. See, the dad bod, isn't just about skipping workouts. It's a physical manifestation of chronic stress keeping our nervous system locked in fight or flight mode. But here's what most providers are not telling us. This chronic stress isn't just affecting our waistline. It's compromising our health, our relationships, and our ability to be the dad and husband that our families deserve. See, this video is for those exhausted dads out there who feel like that we're running on empty, struggling to balance work and family demands while we're watching our health and energy decline. And we're wondering if this is just what fatherhood is supposed to feel like, right? But we're going to be revealing why so many dads are stuck in this cycle of chronic stress, how it's affecting our nervous system, and the simple yet powerful cheat code that can actually help break this cycle without adding more to our already full plate. And we're going to discover how neurological focused chiropractic care can be the catalyst that actually can transform our health and give us back the energy to be the dad that we really, really want to be. Right? Now, guys, according to recent data, about 50% of dads are experiencing postpartum depression if their partner is also struggling with it. This is a staggering statistic that highlights a silent epidemic. See, the pressure on modern fathers is immense, yet rarely acknowledged. See, many dads, they're going to come into our office and inspired, they're completely drained out, they have tense shoulders, persistent headaches, disrupted sleep, and they're struggling with what society has casually labeled as the inevitable dad bod, right? These aren't just isolated signs. They're interconnected manifestations of a nervous system that is stuck in chronic stress mode. Now, what is most concerning is that many dads have normalized this state, believing that constant exhaustion and health decline are part of the fatherhood package that they have signed up for. Now, if you can understand how your nervous system actually responds to chronic dad stress, it will make a little bit more sense on how you can actually take care of this, right? So our nervous system has two primary modes, right? There is the sympathetic fight or flight response and the parasympathetic resting or digesting. And when you're constantly juggling work deadlines, family responsibilities, financial pressures, and trying to maintain relationships, our body will get stuck in a sympathetic dominance, essentially keeping the gas pedal pressed down 24/7. This chronic activation will cause our body to continuously release cortisol and other stress hormones that, while they are helpful in true emergencies, they will create serious health problems while they're constantly elevated. See, the nervous system is not designed to handle this level of sustained stress. This will lead to what is called dysautonomia, this dysfunction in the autonomic nervous system that impacts nearly every bodily function, right? And this leads to the cascading health effects of what we call dad burnout, right? This chronic sympathetic dominance and elevated cortisol will directly contribute to what many joke about as dad bod, right? This increased abdominal fat, the muscle loss, the overall physical decline. And these stress hormones, they're not just affecting our appearance. They are actively suppressing testosterone production. They reduce muscle recovery, they disturb metabolic function. This inflammation triggered by chronic stress will impact everything from our cardiovascular health to our immune function, as well as cognitive function. See, this is going to explain why many dads often feel that they have often would experience brain fog, memory issues, reduced patience, and diminished ability to regulate their emotion. It's not a character flaw. It is a neurological response. And here is where traditional advice that's coming from all these internet gurus and all the different fun stuff fails. Because most health advice will simply tell us to just exercise more or eat better. But when our nervous system is already exhausted, finding the energy to implement these changes feels impossible. See, the irony is that you need these healthy behaviors to heal, but chronic stress has depleted the very reserves we need to restart these practices, right? This is why willpower isn't just enough. We need to address the root cause of our fatigue at a neurological level first. So, until our nervous system actually shifts out of the survival mode, the sustainable lifestyle changes that are very imperative to our well being, they remain extremely difficult to implement and maintain. So, here's where I help you, the cheat code for dad health. Neurologically focused chiropractic care. Now, neurologically focused chiropractic adjustments, like many of your families are already getting in our office, they're going to be directly addressing subluxations, which is the neurological interference that keep your nervous system stuck in stress mode. These gentle and precise adjustments, they're designed to help restore proper communication between your brain and body. We actually use an instrument to adjust. So it's not even going to be the traditional style of chiropractic that you guys see. What these adjustments are designed to do is allow your nervous system to finally shift out of fight or flight and into a rest and recover mode. And this is why dads who receive neurologically focused chiropractic care, they're going to report better sleep quality first, then improve energy levels, reduce pains and tension, enhance moods, and gradually improving physical health. Think of this whole concept as hitting the reset button on your overstressed nervous system. It starts to create the foundation for all of the health improvements to build upon. Now, what makes our approach different than standard chiropractic care, you guys already know this because we have a lot of your kids under care, is that at Inspire, we are using the advanced Insight Scan technology to precisely measure your nervous system function and identify exactly where stress and subluxations are impacting you the most. This approach allows us to create personalized care plans based on objective measurements, not just generic recommendations, and we focus specifically on the neurological component of health rather than the musculoskeletal pain, addressing the root cause of the signs rather than just temporarily masking them. See, our care approach is designed to restore optimal nerve system function first, which will naturally then create the energy and capacity for you to implement the other lifestyle changes that you know you need to do. Because, guys, the reality is that we deserve to feel our best, and it's not just for our family, our wives, our kids, but for ourselves as well, right? Neurologically focused chiropractic care isn't just another thing to add to your already overwhelming to-do list. It is the essential first step that's going to make everything else possible. By addressing the root cause of your exhaustion at the nervous system level, you'll finally have the energy to implement those other healthy habits you know that you should be doing. Countless dads in our practice have experienced this transformation within just weeks of beginning care. They've reported better sleep, improved mood, reduced pains, and the return of energy that they haven't felt in years. Because your family needs you at your best. And that starts with taking care of your nervous system health first. The first step is actually scheduling your comprehensive neurological insight scans at Inspire, and this assessment will give us a clear picture of how stress is affecting your nervous system, and then we can create a personalized care plan to actually help you get you back the energy, health, and the slack in the rope to do big things for your family. Click the link in our bio to see what we're talking about, to help you get you scheduled for your nervous system insight scans. And this month, as a Father's Day gift from us to you guys, all dads in this office have free day one scans.